No, you would have said that it was up already.
Did it now? I was wondering, yeah.
Unless bad comes.
No. There's only one off. It's Monaco anyway. It's only one off. We should be up now. Come on, it's about mending relationships between Slimbo and... What was it, Shane?
Believe so.
Why is F4 not popping up?
It is.
There you are. Right. This is PSGL, PS Season 3 F4, round number 3 at Monaco. I'm your commentator Iron, or it's Jared Fosbury. I am joined in the comms booth by Mr. Sondre Sohaug, or TNR ZE3, or ZE3 as he's known now. Well, Sondre, are you excited for Monaco?
I am not gonna sugarcoat this for you, Jared. I am never excited for Monaco. It's usually a crash fest or something like that, so usually not a lot of overtakes, even though there is a few tiny options, but yeah.
So then, well, hopefully we can have some exciting racing, but it is Monaco. Usually overtaking's not the easiest around here, especially with how big the cars have gotten in the past couple of years. Right now though, Noah Jones is the first one on track on his outlap. And I believe Rowan was in the Red Bull. I think Mika has taken his spot since Rowan has now gone to reserve, which is a shame, but it's good for the new reserve to actually score points for the team. As yeah, it is Noah then who will be first on lap. If you want to go on board with him, Sondre, when he's about to start.
I'm already on board with him as he's going through Tabak and then into the swimming pool section, so we should see him starting his lap in a moment, as we can see him preparing here and going into Anthony Nose, getting early on from open DRS, now getting as much speed as possible, going into Science Center, then up for Rivage before he should be coming into this sweeping left-hander, which could be pretty tricky with understeer, then through Casino down towards Mirabo, one of the few overtaking possibilities on the track, looking decent through there, then into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Ooh, not the best run through there, then into Portier and into the tunnel, which is can be a little tricky with the steering angle, before we head into the Noble Chicane, where it's easy to clip the rear wheel on entry, then into this Tabak and very quick swimming pool section, easy to get thrown by the curve there. Looking good so far before heading into La Rascas, and only one corner left. Anthony knows that. Turn him a little bit early, but up towards the line. It's going to be a 109.4, and I think we're going to see improvement from Noah at later lap.
Oh yeah, definitely. As Simlen is coming to the line, he goes second with a 196 on the soft compounder tyre. Then Lautus, who's third on the mediums, so a 10 flat already. So yeah, he's definitely going to improve Noah then if he's doing 9.4s. Probably maybe mid-8th, I'm probably going to expect from these soft runners.
Difficult to say.
There's Walker's in Friday. What about his teammate Alex? He's also
Slimbo is heading into La Rascas now. Had a slight tap to the wall before it. Now out of Anthony Nose on with DRS and up towards the line. It's going to be a 109.2 from Slimbo, so provisional pole from the McLaren driver.
Provisional pole indeed, as we're going board with Gustav right now, who's currently in our lap, just past the swimming pool section, I believe, into Rascas. Approaching the final corner now, as he's nice and tidy, very close to that wall there. Let's see what he can do to the line, and it's a 108.9, so already into the 108s, and Gustav then challenging for pole position in quali, and it's crucial to be starting first and second, because in the midfield there can be a big pile-up usually around Monaco at the start of the race. Is anybody else actually on a lap?
LRB is currently going through the Grand Hotel hairpin before this downhill section into Portier. Now into the tunnel, and this tunnel really is something special on the F1 calendar. Before now, going down towards the Noble chicane, down into second. I'm not looking too shabby through there. Into Tabak and swimming pool section where we might see Kimi holding a glass of beer on his yacht. If we're lucky, that is. And into La Rascas, also another place you can clip that inside wall, but out of Anthony Notes, and it's gonna be a 1:09.399.
Yeah, not too bad of a lap there. Goes third quickest in the Haas. As I'm just having an issue with the sound. As Tito's on a lap right now, so Ball, if you can go over him while I try and fix the sound issue what I'm having.
Sit there, but handles that nicely before he'll tap on it. Down towards Portier, getting early on traction to get as much speed as possible heading through the tunnel section. And a little bit of glare as he heads into the Noble chicane. Not looking too confident in there, but not too bad at the same time, so it's going to be interesting to see how this lap has been before Tito goes through the swimming pool section and clobbering that curb quite a lot. Then into La Rascas, a small lock up there that could cost him a little bit of time, and not the best run through Anthony Notes, but up towards the line it's going to be a 1:10.3, so I think I can confidently say he lost a fair amount of time during that lap. But not knowing if Jared sorted his issue, we'll go with Firefox now.
Yeah, I'm on board with that now actually. My issue has been fixed.
Medium tires through the Noble chicane. Not too bad of a run there. Then down towards the back and getting very close to the wall. Now clobbering that curb. I believe that is where Verstappen went right in the wall, or was it Leclerc?
It was Leclerc. I think he went for when he went for that dive. As one of the Astons have gone slow. Where Nico Rosberg in 08 had a big crash in the actual race.
It's a 10-1 from Firefox, and frankly, I'd say that isn't too bad of a lap on mediums.
I don't.
It doesn't put him high up on the grid.
On board with Alex right now. The only person on set lap time around Monaco is approaching the hairpin corner. It's very tricky around here. It looks narrower than what it is on the actual real life race. It looks narrower in the game, but Alex then in the tunnel. Let's see if he gets a nice line through there, nice and tidy. Gets a bit of a glare, obviously, with the sun. Harsh braking zone. Ooh, very close to cutting that corner, but nice and tidy. Felix, he's now going onto the fast left-hander, fortunately, very fast chicanes. With left-right into swimming pool now. Nice and tidy. Ooh, very close to the wall. Into Rascas there, where we saw Leclerc retire in one of the races around Monaco. It's nice and tidy around the exit. Watching in line, let's see what lap time it's going to be. I think it's going to be a mid-10, and it's not, it's actually a high 9. So Alex then into 12, not a bad lap there from him.
Not indeed. Now Terror Racer is going through Anthony Nose, about to finish his lap as well. He has tapped the wall tiny bit a few times, and it's not that great of a lap with a 10.4 in the end.
Well, Mika is next in the Red Bull, and it's 11.9, so he's really not finding confidence.
Now, I believe then. And yes, you can see that the Red Bull, he continues going flat out. He's definitely on a lap right now. He's going through Casino, not looking too great. Looks like he's struggling a little bit with his traction here. Through Mirabo and into the hairpin. Does he get a good run here then? Not too bad actually. And over the curb on that right-hander before he heads into Portier, and then into the tunnel. You can see Terror Racing moving out of the way as as good as you can on this track, to be honest. Then into the noble chicane. Can he get a good run here? Not the best, but not bad either. Then into Tabak and almost flat here through swimming pool. Ooh, a bit of a twitch, and he might have gotten a little distracted by the car there. And even more traffic, and oh, and this is not going to be great. I think a little bit of a tail end the slip up towards the line, and it looks like he did. He did him. No, he did not.
I think he actually impeded Shane, because Shane was on an outlap, and then Shane was about to start his lap. He couldn't back off too much, because then Jabraka was also on a lap as Noah gets really close to Jabraka, who's on a lap now. So I think Shane got impeded by the Red Bull there, so maybe some harsh words maybe in the chat from those two, as we have seen Shane get a bit annoyed with some drivers, especially last weekend, obviously, the final corner of Britain with Slimbo, and I said hopefully their relationship could be mended here, but it seems like it has in the chat. They're good talking terms, but right now on board with Noah then, who's in a tunnel, as LLB's in second, so Andre Lautus in third right now. Very nice and tidy there from the Merc there. It looked like he even almost cut that corner, but he kept it within the lines. Into the swimming pool section then. Looks like he hit the wall with the left side of the car. Got to be careful, because one little slight tap with the damage model and you can lose a bit of your front wing. Very close to that wall. Nice and tidy on the exit. Good power. Coming to the line then. Let's see what it's going to be. And it's a 108.9 provisional pole at the moment, with 6.5 minutes remaining of the session.
Did tell you that he was gonna improve. However, his teammate of the day, IFR Luca, is also on the end of his lap, going out of Anthony Noakes and towards the finish line. Can he match that, or is he gonna be behind a 109 flat? So not far behind, but it isn't better than fourth.
No, it isn't, and I think he is a reserve actually, because usually Noah's teammate's Thomas.
Yeah, he is.
But Lucas should be happy as a reserve to be up with the big boys at the top.
To the line as well, and look at that, a 108.7. What an improvement from Gustav.
Well, obviously, with last season, Gustav was quick near the end of the season, and he's kept that pace going through this start to the season. I did say though we would probably be in the mid-8s on the softs, and we're only a couple of tenths off that, so he's going to be happy, as that is a Ferrari behind. I believe that's Nawal. No, it's not. It's Alex. He's on a lap right now. If you want to go on board, Sandra, currently approaching the hairpin corner.
You keep going at him, I'm watching ladders at the moment.
Alrighty then. Well, right now then, Alex, coming out the hairpin nice and tidy, approaching the next right-hander after double, into the tunnel he goes. Absolutely flat through there, nice and tidy line, no quick corrections with the steering wheel. Without coming in a tricky chicane, got to get your braking and turning spot on, or you can either clip the wall or just run too deep and invalidate your lap, as he's coming down through the fast left-hander into the quick first chicane. Quickly tab on the brakes, nice and tidy there for Alex, as he's now approaching Raskas again. Nice tidy, that was a better line than his first attempt. Into the final corner, traction not that bad, maybe a bit hesitant on the throttle. Oh, as he hits the wall, gets a bit too close there, that's probably cost him half a tenth, but he goes 11th quickest with a 9.5 there, so he's probably got a bit more time to improve, but maybe not position. But 11th, usually for any other track, isn't that bad to start, but around Monaco, don't think it's going to be the best place to start.
Well, it depends. It is Monaco is of course another track where it's it might actually be a good thing to be on the alternate strat, as if you're starting on the softs, and when you pit you could end up just having traffic that is just gonna be impossible to clear, and if you're then ending up going longer, you could be at an advantage, so it's difficult to say here.
Well then, Terrace then is now starting his new flying lap, as he backed off on his other one. So he's going to... Oh, that rear really didn't like the way he handled the throttle, and he's backed off there, so he might have picked up some damage probably to either the front wing or the side pod, but he's definitely gone in the pits. And has he got enough time to pit and go out again, or is he going to actually stay out?
I'm Well, I mean, if he doesn't have damage, he might as well just stay out. The tires doesn't wear that much. Obviously, ERS shouldn't be an issue, so he can do that. If not, if he wants to go in, I do believe he should have time for one more run.
Well, Slimbo is on a lap.
Right.
There's turn 4. I think he's on a lap. I don't know. Yeah, he is on a lap. Yeah, he's about to full throttle. So, Slimbo then, Tito's teammate, currently in 8th. The 9.2 is his best lap time. Just improved by a couple of tenths. He could be in 3rd place, so he knows he has the pace. Let's see if he can pick it up in the McLaren. Good evening, Tactics. Sunderland down the heavy braking zone where Kimi famously in 08 lost control of his brakes and collided back of Swiftle's Force India. As we're just approaching the swimming pool section, nice and tidy, but he hits the wall, and that's definitely going to give him some front wing damage, which is going to probably cost him a bit of time. Oh, I don't know how much time it will cost him, but let's see what happens then. Comes to the line, and it's a 1.8.7, so even with that, 2nd place by 2,000th of a second. If he didn't hit that wall, maybe he would be in 1st right now.
Maybe indeed. However, Noah is on a lap. The guy who's been on provisional pole earlier, and he's not on lap actually. I think he was, but he seems to have either aborted or he might be doing 2 out laps.
Maybe as is that Jabraka or is that Freaky Fast? No, I think it's Jabraka.
Freaky Fast has just finished his lap. However, Noah is at least starting his lap now, going through turn 1 up this hill. Looks like a nice run through there. Then heading into Massenet. Might have been a bit wide on entry, but does look good through Casino as well. Now into Mirabeau, and not looking too bad. And into the hairpin. Let's see, does he get a good run? It looks like it. Before he clobbers that inside curve there, then out Old Portier and into the tunnel. Let's see, shouldn't we get a sector split soon? At least he's going into the Noble chicane now, and that's got to have been as close as you can to invalidate the lap without invalidating it at least. Now heading through the swimming pool section, he's much up on his time, but maybe he can find a little time in Raskas and Anthony Nodes as he's going through the final corner and opening DRS. Let's see then, is it gonna be a 1:08.755? And look how close it is, Jared.
Very close for the top 3 right now. It's ridiculous how close it is, but we have been with this TNL for a couple of rounds. Last round those 2 drivers actually matching time, so we can see how close they have gone. But I'm on board with Noah's teammate right now, Luca, currently as he's in 5th in the 9 flats, currently on a lap, as Gustav takes an 8.6 now, so he increases the pace around Monaco.
Oh, and look at that from Ladders, his teammate as well with an 8.6 as too.
Oh, as Luca goes deep into Raskas, and that's game over for his qualifying attempt, so he will either be 6th or further down, as T-Dog believes the last person to be on a lap, because everybody else is on 1 lap tyres. I don't know if they're continuing laps or finishing, but what about
they
Tito?
could have done 2 out laps, so you might as well go through. However, I'm following Tito through the Noble chicane, gets a little bit deep there. However, and that is his lap over into the wall in Tabak.
Oh no. That's a shame. I just went off Tito then, and there's been something kicking off if it lets me select it.
Shame.
Nah, everyone's nobody else on the lap
anymore. And well, what do you think about that, Jared? Last second lockout on the front row from both AlphaTauris.
Well, it's great for them for the start of the race. You know, they can work on their strategies as well. But as we say, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. It could be full wets, for all we know. But no, Gustav, Lautus, very good, strong pace. Slimbo also there, also with Noah as well. And LRB not that far off. So, the top 5, the only guys to get in the 1:08 Then we have Luca, Jabraka, and then Shane, very close towards one another. But everybody, not really that far, maybe 1.3, I think, from first to last is. 1.3 to 1.2, something like that. But we'll go down the qualifying order then. So Gustav then takes pole position at Monaco, which is a good starting position, with his teammate second, only 0.06 of a second, so very close indeed. With Slimbo in third, Noah in fourth, LB fifth, Luca in sixth as a reserve in the Mercedes today, Jabraka in seventh, Shane in eighth, Simple ninth, now Warp in the Ferrari in 10th, Martin 11th, Firefox, who I believe is a reserve or somebody, 12th. So not bad from him. Alex the tier admin in 13th, with Simblitz 14th, Freakfast 15th. Tito then, he was on an improvement, but unfortunately messed up in where Rosberg crashed in 08. 16th. Mika 17th then on his I think first time in the Red Bull, with Terra Racer at the back of the grid, 1.3 seconds off the lead in 18th. But Terra Racer though has been at the back before, as we saw at Britain, Sondra, and he's showed some strong pace when he needs to. So could he do it again at Monaco?
I'd have to say no. He's too far back at this point. This isn't Britain. This is Monaco. Overtaking will be incredibly difficult, even though there's a few chances among the lap. Obviously, you have the run into turn one but you gotta be right on the tail of the other car. Then Mirabo, if you really feel like daring it, out of the tunnel into Noble chicane. But once again, you gotta be very brave on the brakes in these cases, and same with La Rascas. So it's gonna be very difficult starting 18th on the grid, I believe it was. So gonna have to say that I don't see him doing the same as he did in Britain here today.
Well, maybe not, but right now though, the skies, it doesn't look sunny. It looks like there is clouds, at least. It is dry, obviously, but we're on the formation lap as we go on board with Gustav's onboard, and it does like have some clouds in the race. So is there potential of rain near the end of this race, or midway through this race, which could be crucial, as we've seen from some of the drivers make very smart strategy calls, which have helped them win race, like Jabraka at Portugal, for instance. So we'll have to wait and see. Ball, as I was going to ask you, your top four for the race.
I'll give you that in a moment, but to contribute to the weather factor though, looking at the drivers outside of the top 10, I do not think we have rain incoming, because at least it's going to be very early then, because there's 3 drivers, Freaky Fast, Mika and Terrorist, are all starting on softs for some reason. So yeah, I don't see the rain coming unless it's very early in that case. But for top 4, I think I'm gonna have to say Gustav and Ladders in first and second. They looked very rapid in quali, and third and fourth, I don't know, it's gotta be between Slimbo and no, unless they make bad strategy choices. I just don't see the others being able to match these 4 at the top at the moment.
Fair enough. Well, I've got to agree with you with first and second. Obviously, Gustav and Lautz, they're in the best seats in the house at Monaco. But I'm going to go with Luca for third, and then I'm going to go with Shane for fourth, because yes, he's 8th, but he could do a very good undercut strategy as long as he's not in any traffic or any damage or anything.
Forgetting how bad the undercut can be here, Jared. Lots of traffic that would be difficult to clear. Might not be an option for most drivers.
That's true, but hopefully it could be an option. But we'll have to wait and see how our race predictions do go, as we're waiting for a better camera angle, because right now I'm looking at the back of the Alfa Romeo. As there we go then, the light sequence has begun at Monaco. We have 5 red lights for the F4 tier, and they're out, and it looks like both AlphaTauris have had a decent start. That McLaren behind of Slimbo's Hungary though. Looks like he's going to go on the inside of Lautus. Bit of contact. Lautus has hit the wall, and that's definitely going to give him some wing damage, as the McLaren and the AlphaTauri going side by side up the hill, but he has to fall back in the McLaren, as the Mercedes of Noah is looking hungry as well here. So, Andreas, any damage or any contact near the back or midfield at least?
It's looking very clean at back at the moment. As ooh, is that Simple who was looking to make a move into Mirbo?
Oh,
But
there's
no,
yellows.
at the start it looked very clean. As we
Oh
have
no,
going side by
that's
side.
changed. That has changed. The Red Bull has gone right into the back of Terrace, and you said Terrace is definitely not coming through the field. He's definitely not now. He's missing a whole right end plate, but he's only in 16, so he's going to have to pit, and that is a shame for his race. Maybe something could come out later on. Oh yeah, Lautus has definitely got some damage to the car, Sondre. He's struggling with the left-hander corners as he's hit the wall twice, and Slimboard, he picks up a 3-second time penalty and we're only on lap 1.
Oh, that could cost him badly.
Oh, he's
However, and ooh, he might have had damage as well then. But anyways, I was going to mention a dark horse in this race could be the Aston Martin of Martin, as he's in 10th now. Then first running on alternate strat, and if drivers pit early and get stuck in that traffic, and he can get good pace going, then he could be in for a good result in the end.
That is true, but don't, as I said, don't count Slimmer now. He's in clean air and he did have front wing damage.
No. Oh, that is those
mediums
mediums
can
have a long way to go as well. But I think Slimbo is pretty much out of the talks for the podium at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely out of the podium. But I mean, for points though, he's definitely got a chance for points because now he can catch up with the guys ahead. As the other McLaren of Tito is going slowly. As if I could look at his front end of the car, I think he's missing an end plate, but it's not letting me. No, he's not missing an end plate. I don't know why he's going slow. I think he's just struggling for pace as he's dropped further down.
Now looking at ladders, Sergio, I'm not too sure if he has damage. He has no visible damage at least. He's keeping a good pace. Like Noah isn't getting that close to him. It just looks like Gustav is in a class of himself right now.
Sure as Jabraka has made the call to go to mediums and no front wing change or anything like that, so that's an interesting strategy call. I don't know if that's the count of the McLaren, and same with Tito. Tito's in and he's had a front wing replaced as well, so the McLaren's double pit stop and they're not going to be happy with that. But no, I think Lautus has, because obviously he's dropped behind his teammate, but when he was going through the fast left-hander before the chicane, he actually hit the wall on the right side, and he did hit the wall at turn 1 at the start. And you can just knock the wall at Monaco with the damage model and standard damage, and it will just give you minor, and minor here can affect you a lot. So I have to wait and see as Alex has moved to 10th.
But with it being Monaco, as long as he can keep driving with that without having too much issues, it's still worth to stay out. Ooh, as Noah has a little bit of a loose back end in swimming pool section there.
And again, out of Raskas.
And you see, this is what's going to make it incredibly difficult to overtake. You can see Noah 4 tenths behind there, 3 tenths behind, and then you have turn 1. It's going to be almost impossible to make that move.
Oh my god, the Ferraris are double stacking. That is not part of the plan for Ferrari. And yeah, that's definitely going to be painful for Alex, as he's got to wait then. But a lot of people are pitting early, and they've both got front wing damage as well.
See, this is what I was talking about. Like, we have a lot of people pitting early now. Martin already up into 7th. All of these people are going to be stuck in traffic at some point, depending on when the alternate strat people actually pit. Although a couple of the people who's pitted has been them as well, so it'll be interesting to see.
It will be, as the Mercedes gets very close to that wall, and he's just trying to keep up with the AlphaTauri, as his reserve teammate has got a 3-second time penalty. But at the moment, one vote of this fight for second. Oh, very close to the wall again is Noah.
Small lockup from ladders there. Seems like everyone is struggling to get their laps completely as they want. But it is Monaco. It is a tricky track, even though it's a very short track. And,
well, they've just come from quali, haven't they? So, as well, quali they were going max speed, and they weren't struggling with dirty air or anything like that. So, again, Noah's rear end really kicking out there. Jabrak sets the new fast lap, 11.4 is current fastest lap. He's currently in 10th. and he's probably going to try and take those mediums to the end of the race. As if they can actually catch up with the soft runners within... If he could catch up with the leader within 16 seconds, I'm not saying Jabaka can, obviously, Jabaka's got a gap of 22, but if he can decrease that to 18 at least, he's got a chance for a podium. And obviously those tyres are going to be dead, but it's Monaco. It's very hard to overtake, so it could be a good strategy to work, to just shred the mediums now, and then be a boat for the end of the race and hold nobody else up.
Could be. I mean, if there is one thing that is sure, he have to shred those tires now and hope for the best, because not shredding them now, that's not really an option. As we can see Noah thinking about it into turn 1, but even with that good run and how close he got, he's still not even close to making an overtake, Jared. And that's what I mean about Monaco. To make an overtake here, you gotta be brave. You gotta really just send it. And turn 1, unfortunately, isn't that kind of corner.
No, to be honest, if you get really where they are now, actually, if they get a good run, they could, as I said, maybe make a move into the hairpin. But because these cars are that wide now,
into the hairpin.
Well, yeah, I've seen people.
You really like to make those suicide moves, don't you? That is not a move that you should be doing. However, into the noble chicane, that is really the best option in my opinion. But you gotta be able to get really close through the hairpin and the portier to get that chance.
Oh, again with the switch, he's just not really liking after that fast left, but he gains the time back. As though this time around has got a bit of a gap. Oh, he gets very close to that wall, and he's just trying to get closer, but there's just dirt, and the traction is not helping him. But he is pulling away as LRB and Luca are in the pits for their strategies, which is very early. Usually you can take these tyres to lap 10 at least, and then pit for mediums.
Now where do they come out? Ooh, as Mika breaks way later than Tito and have to cut the noble chicane there.
Oh, you can't cut it too much.
Time penalty for that.
Yeah, you can't cut that too much, as he will get a penalty in a ninth. Where is LRB? LRB's behind the McLaren. Slimbo, not. I thought. Did I say Tito?
I did not hear.
But Slimbo then is in ninth. So Slimbo then is back ahead. So he's doing.
Firefox has gotten past Martin.
Oh, I missed that. How's he?
I think that might have been out of Portier that Martin has had a really bad run. Or Martin is right on his rear though.
Nah, but he's got hardly any ARS compared to the Alpha right now. But the guys on mediums are really on the better strategy compared to the softs, because now the guys on the softs are going to be at least 40%, and as I've said that, 3 of them have just gone in the pits, Lautus, Noah and Shane. So I'm going to see where they're going to come out, because Gustav obviously is going to retain the lead. As I'm on board with Lautus right now, as he did have wing damage on Sundre. He's had to have his wing replaced, so he's lost the position between Shane and Noah. Will this affect him on track position? He's going to be behind Slimbo. And so is, hang on a minute, Slimbo's net second right now, Ball.
Yeah, but it's also on old tires already, those mediums. They'll probably make it to the end, but I think he's going to feel
yellows.
very...
Oh my god! That's Luca. He's into the wall and he's lost his whole front wing. It looks like he may have had some contact with either a fellow driver or he's lost it. The rear going up the hill, and that's his full front wing gone. Unfortunately, no VSC or safety car, which is surprising because the full front wing is on the track. That's Gustav then.
Lucky for Luca then.
Stays out.
However, Firefox, he is really pushing now that he's gotten past Martin. It looks like he has more pace than Martin at the moment, and the gap between him and Gustav doesn't really go up. He's really trying to get everything he can out of those tires from this point on.
Yeah, which is good. You obviously need to push and try and catch up. But don't push too much, because if you do, you're going to end up in that wall. As I know myself.
Think everybody's on the limit to that already, Jared.
Oh yeah, definitely. Luca went past that limit and he had to get a new front wing. But yeah, right now it looks like the AlphaTauris at the present time with our predictions, thinking they would get a 1-2. A bit unlikely now since Lautis had to pit and he's behind the Ferrari of Nawop as well. So he's in 12th. I'm going to say he's net 6th when everybody else pits.
It's difficult to predict on a track like this, obviously. One thing is people's overall pace, but then it all comes down, Monaco, it comes a lot down to who gets damaged and not as well, so...
Ooh, it's good stuff. In the pit lane, a bit of drift in there. At the final corner to come in the pits. And obviously he's got no damage, so it should be
and into his box, there is no wing change onto the medium tires.
He's going to be in clean air. Yeah.
Jabraka will be behind. Jabraka is close though, he might actually get ahead of Gustav here. But Gustav managed to just about get ahead of him.
I'm just saying something, Jabraka's made his pit stop.
Jabraka has made a pit stop. Very early one. But you can see though, down at 3% DRS, he really went for it there to try and get Gustav there.
Yeah, but honestly, as I've said though, I keep bringing it up, him and Slimbo, they've done something which I wouldn't really think would have worked, and obviously their tyres, as I said, are going to be absolutely shot.
Well,
but it's Monaco.
Yes, they've pitted early, and they've obviously they have managed to actually do an undercut, but like I said though, like there's still 29 laps left of this race, and their tires are already 7-8 lap olds. Those tires are gonna get bad at some point. They're gonna get more slidey. So I think some of these other guys on fresher tires can manage something at the end.
Yeah, definitely. As Simlix picks up a 3-second time penalty, but Firefox, as you said, he is pushing. He's 1.6 now ahead of Martin, so he's trying his best to keep the position ahead of him and pull away. And hopefully it don't affect him too much when he comes to the pits and lose track position that much as... Noah almost runs in the back of Simple Airs. It looked like he had a very solid run up the hill. Is Shane going to go for the dive? He's thinking about it on the inside. The Mercedes gives him room. Oh, this isn't a place to go side by side, Sandra, as you said. And there you go. Aston is ahead of Noah. So Noah then tried to make a move and now has lost the position.
And it's exactly like I said, into Mirbo there. If you can be brave and really just send it on the inside there, you can actually make a move there and get the position. And Shane just showed us how to do that.
Definitely is. Right now then, hopefully Noah hasn't got damage. As I said, he was very close to that wall out of 4, but he's... Actually, I don't know. He might have actually got minor damage to his wing because he's dropping back.
He's very understeery at the moment. He has no chance to even keep up with Shane right now. So
and yep, he's in.
Into the pit he goes. So he has managed to pick up damage, and it's a
that
shame
is a
for
shame.
him then.
Well, the Mercedes crew are going to be disappointed, but Noah then is on a fresh set of mediums. They're definitely going to make it to the end.
Oh yeah, they're fine to go to the end at this point. To be fair, like I said with Jabraka and Slimbo, they'll probably make it to the end. The tires will just be completely shot.
Yeah, and Slimbo's actually catching up with Jabraka now, and for technically net second. But yeah, Slimbo's got the worst. He's got 10 laps mediums. It's going to be interesting how it goes. As Jesus Christ, Firefox is absolutely flying. 2.9 the gap is now 3 seconds, as Martin is now actually under threat by the other Haas driver, Simblix, in 3rd place.
Firefox is really putting on a display on how you're gonna try to do this if you're starting on the alternate strat. He's now gotten into clean here. He's trying to get everything he can out of those tires. He's trying to keep that pace up.
As Martin still losing a bit of time and pace on these mediums, as the gap now has increased to 3.2 seconds in the first sector, as he's 2.5 tenths down on his PB, which isn't bad, to be honest. I mean, he's still going to have some tyre life probably to at least lap 20, but there's yellows in sector 3. That is a Mercedes going slowly. That is Noah, and he's back into the pit lane. And that's him out.
That is his race over.
So he's going to be... Something I think's happened between him and Alex or Mika or something, because it was in Raskas where there was yellow flags. So obviously he's either hit Mika or he's hit the Ferrari's rear end and got wing damage. And he doesn't want to carry on as there's no point in his eyes. But it is a shame, but that is our first retirement for the Monaco race. Back to the action up front though. Gap now 3.5 between Martin and Firefox.
It is indeed, and if you look down the field, Firefox currently, he's keeping the gap to a lot of these guys on fresher mediums, except for Gustav. Gustav is really digging into that gap, and same with Jabraka, he's digging a little as well, but a lot of these others aren't actually able to push more than Firefox currently is, so he's really trying to go for it and make this alternate strat get him a higher position, which currently he should be in net P10.
Oh yeah, oh, bit of contact between Simlix and Martin out of the hairpin. He just got a bit too much on the throttle, almost tried to pit him out of there as Luca picks up another penalty. But it just looks like Martin just doesn't have the pace right now on those mediums. They were good at the start, but now they're just not really doing too good. And as I said, Firefox is on a mission right now. Gap now almost 4 seconds between him and Martin. But as you said, Gustav is absolutely flying. The gap between Gustav and Firefox is 5.6. When Gustav pit, the gap between him and Firefox was 9 seconds. So he's gained another 5 seconds. So he's basically added another 5 seconds onto that time.
Yeah, no, the win
oh,
is
hang on. That is now Vittoria going slowly. That is Lautus. He's round out of where Kimi killed Sutil in 08. And no front wing damage. I wonder if he did a U. Yeah, out of the chicane. I wonder if he did a U where he clipped the wall and spun it.
Did a me. Thank you.
Yeah, you are. As he's probably got front minor damage. And yeah, he's in the pits. So he has got minor.
Although Jabraka seems to be struggling a bit now, Jared. I've noticed like Gustav still catching on Firefox, but Firefox, he's taken a second on Jabraka the last few laps now.
Yeah, that is true. As one board with Lautus then with his new front wing. Yeah, he's there's Red Bull's also in the pits as well. Mika is in then, and he's had a front wing change. So I wonder if that was with Noah. But yeah, Lautus started second. Is not having a good day now. He's in 16th and probably not scoring points now. But he said Slimbo is catching up with Jabraka, and a couple of laps ago, Slimbo was actually pulling away from LLB. So it's going to be interesting.
However, now that Slimbo is here, this is when it's going to get difficult. Passing that Alpine ahead of him will not be an easy task. You can see him not getting good an overrun here. He's not going to have a chance into turn 1 unless he's a complete maniac. However, I don't think he's going to... I don't think he wants to crash himself either. You can see him...
He's going for it.
Into Massenet. Very risky maneuver. Doesn't manage to pull it off. But Jabraka lost another
rear kicking out there. Very good car control to avoid the wall.
Good save there.
Yeah, he's just trying to get, I think, a bit too early to try and get past Jabraka. He's just got to buy his time because Jabraka's going to make a mistake, and then that's it. You're through. As Luca's retired in the pits as well.
I think at this point, I think Slimbo might be a little stressed out because Jabraka is driving slowly. He's lost another second to Firefox, and if he can't get past, and if Jabraka keeps driving this slowly, within the time that these medium runners starts pitting, Firefox might jump all of these guys behind Jabraka.
Well, yeah, Firefox only has to improve by a couple more seconds because the pit stop round is 18. They're already Slimbo and the leader's 12.4, and that's what Firefox is to him. So, as I said, 4 seconds or 6 seconds. They need to improve, and they could either be ahead of him or be in the window to jump them. So Slimbo's going to have to eventually make the overtake, but he's going to have to be smart.
You can see Jabraka. Seems like he's struggling with a lot of understeer right now. So I don't know. I haven't seen him make any huge mistakes, but I think there might be a little bit of damage on that Alpine.
there could be some damage on that Alpine. Maybe that's why he's starting to drive slow. But right now, though, there's another fight just up ahead between another Haas driver, Simblix, and Gustav right now, fighting for third as he's dropped off Martin a little bit. As Gustav then has finally reeled these guys in, and this is not what he wants, to be behind these guys, because then that lead he's pulled away from Slimball could be decreasing.
Indeed, this is not an ideal situation. He's worked a lot to get this gap back to the cars behind now, and now he's just going to be stuck in this position where he's actually
he's got him.
He will be able to make a move on Simblix. I think going into turn one, he's using that ERS on the outside. Simblix does not back out. He brakes later. He manages to stay there. He defends his position brilliantly, I might add.
Yeah, good defending there from the Haas, as he's just shown Gustav up, and he's just basically showing him it's very hard to overtake, so you can try, but I'm not giving you the position, which is great to see for us. We don't want to drive just to move out of the way for somebody. We'd like to see a bit of fighting.
Oh, definitely, and unfortunately for Gustav, though, obviously what made it difficult there was that Simblix had DRS on Martin, but now
he might have him here.
In the tunnel, you see these both. Simblix is defending. Gustav
is
looking for the move. That is too late, and he has messed it up.
He's definitely got damage to that front wing. He's definitely got damage to that car. His Lautus is out. Lautus has called it a day as well.
Left-hand side on his front wing will definitely
Yeah,
be
you can tell the way he's driving now. Yeah, he's got big damage. Oh, yeah, he's lost another end plate. The end plate is missing. He is going to be furious under the helmet. He's basically lost the lead. Will Firefox, Andre? I think he started. Let's actually have a look at his position change right now. Where did he start?
I know he started. He didn't start 11th. He started
11 position gained.
13th. So 12th.
If he keeps this pace up and he does jump Jabraka, Firefox could actually win this race. And wow.
Well, I mean, at this point, Gustav, obviously he's in a horrible position now. He comes out in 10th. He has a lot of drivers to clear if you want to try, and as he's just experienced, it's very difficult to pass her, even on somebody on really old tires. You could see Simblix, he made a good defense. He might have been a little sketchy in his defending, but Gustav sent it, and he didn't send it enough. Then he didn't back out, and he got damaged. So
yeah, but as you said, it's probably the easiest place, not the easiest, probably the best place to make an uptick, but it is hard. Because you've got that little wall there on that left just sticking out, and you just clip that either with your rear tyre or your front. You're either getting damage or you're spinning the car around. So you've got to be fully alongside.
If you want to do the overtake, there's just one thing you got to remember, and that is you got to get as close as possible before the tunnel. You got to get up on its side, and you got to brake so you're fully ahead of the other driver going into the. Because there is just no leaving room in that corner at all.
Yeah, definitely. But right now, though, back to Firefox's gap between him and Jabraka. It has increased to now 13.5. It hasn't increased enough because he's going to be making his pit stop soon.
Currently, no, it hasn't increased enough. But with Firefox's pace, though, it's looking good still. If you can keep trying to put a little more time into Jabraka, then. And Jabraka makes the mistake or two, then like we're not far away from that gap being around the pit window. As we can see that it's already creeping up to 14 seconds.
As the Aston of Shane now has started creeping this fight as well. Now what's not far off the fight, so he actually is catching up. Gap now 2.1 for him and the Aston. As the Alpine makes an error then out of the swim pool section, the McLaren's right on his tail.
Indeed, but it's going to be difficult though. Once again, going into turn one, it's not an easy place to overtake. You have to get ahead before the corner, and you can see Slimbo, he's using ERS, he tries to get close, and that just makes him go a little bit deep. And once again, no move made, as it's just too difficult a lot of these places.
Well, the gap has now increased again, another second, 14.3 now. As Gustav obviously setting the fastest lap. He's going to be red under that helmet. But Simple was just beat that lap with 11 flats. So Maybe he's a bit red under the helmet as well in 11th, but right now then, Firefox is slowly gaining. Maybe a couple more laps, maybe lap 26, maybe enough to try and get ahead of these two.
Well, I mean, at the moment, Firefox should be coming out right behind 8th place, and obviously with a set of new, fresh, soft tires, I assume he'll be able to take that 8th place off Navarre as he'll just have better
Slimbo
tires.
hits the wall. Slimbo did get a big hit on that wall, and he's probably got end plate damage. His yellow's also further behind. I think that's freaky fast, isn't it? Is it? Who hit the wall? Was it the Williams?
I think it might have been Gustav who cut the noble chicane. He got a 5-second instantly at least, and he's struggling here as well. I think he might be going. Yeah, he's into the pit
I think
again,
he might be tired.
His race has just gone. It's just gone completely down the drain here for him.
No, but not just for him, for his teammate as well. You know, both our throws were 1 and 2, and now they're basically not scoring any points. So, yeah.
So much for my prediction.
Yeah, obviously same as with me with first and second, but as we said,
He's retired though. He stays out, obviously knowing that there could be lucky and get a safety car at some point. So he stays out to make sure he doesn't lose out on an opportunity to at least score points. But still, it's been a disaster for him after he caught up to that Aston.
It's true. There's a gap now between Slimbo and Firefox now 15.6. Jabraka's only lost 6/10 to Firefox this time round, so I think the McLaren might have minor damage to the right end plate.
It's starting to look like he's the one holding the drivers behind up now, and not Jabraka. You can see Shane very close on the LRB very close on Slimbo as well. So. Well, Shane might be thinking about a move soon. He's extremely close to the back of LRB.
Oh, he's
on Massenet, thinking about it. That Slimbo is going very slow. There's 17 seconds now for Slimbo. Oh,
thinks about it, but the LRB cuts him off. There's yellows ahead. That's good stuff again. Same corner. He's not having a good day in the office, and he's on like hard tyres. I think it's just.
He is not, and we can see that TTG Navarre has caught up to this train behind Slimbo. Now Slimbo is struggling, he must have damage, and right now, if Slimbo just loses another second, Firefox should be net P2. Think about that for a moment.
Yeah, net P2, sorry, yeah, my brain, I thought Gustav was there, but look, LRB so close! Yeah, Slimbo's got big damage to that right end plate now then. It must be at least yellow, not green. No one hits the back end.
But he won't
he's in.
Pit, will he? Ooh,
no, he's in.
Actually decided to pit. That is... I mean, I get why he's doing it, but if I were him, I would have stayed out. I would have just... It's Monaco. These cars behind him would have probably not been able to pass him, even with that damage. Even how close they get, he could probably been able to stick ahead for a long time at least.
Well, if you were Firefox, do you pit now? Because he's got the gap to LRB, 18.7. It's going to be close.
It's too early. That's the issue. It's too early for those softs, I think. At that point, I don't know. Maybe if he goes on hards, if he don't feel too uncomfortable with those tires. If not, though, the gap to Jabraka right now, 16 seconds. If like he's not going to be far behind any of these anyway.
Oh, so, good stuff in the pits. Oh, Firefox is going to get a bit of a present from Tito. He's getting DRS, so that's probably going to increase the pits a tiny bit more.
Not bad. You can see LRB managing to creep under 18 seconds now, but he has Shane right on his back as well, and Shane is probably looking...
Well, they're both struggling with the rear end here, Sondre. I've seen on a couple of corners now, they're both struggling with the traction. As you said, Slimbo's in 10th then after his pit stop.
Slimbo, yeah? Yeah, Slimbo, I mean, I understand that it started getting difficult to drive with that damage, but honestly, if I were him, I would have just stayed out until it was absolutely no point, because at this point, obviously, he's in that 10th place. He's not gonna get near the podium at this point, though.
Definitely, there's another fight brewing right now further up the field. Sorry, further behind the field for 8th. Is Simple in the Williams and Freaky Fast in the Alpine right now, fighting for 8th at the present time, but might get a couple more positions, maybe, if some of the guys who do pit eventually get bigger pens. Very wide there out of the right hand there, approaching to the tunnel, so no attempts yet, as Yellow's again in sector 2 and Gustav again! Same corner, so he's really not liking it.
At this point, I don't know what he's doing at this point, to be honest. It's he's gone around in that corner so many times, it looks like now. So, and well, he's a lap down as well now, so at this point it's not even going to be a chance at points for him. Oh, Simple H though into turn 1 on Freaky Fast. He gets the move done, but Freaky Fast might get him back. Ah, he doesn't. Oh, and look at Slimbo.
He got the move.
Slips past
Fair enough.
Freaky Fast.
He wasn't expecting that, and obviously these fresher mediums compared to these guys, it's going to be better. Will he make a dive, possibly? No, he's not this time round. I'm going to see what's happening with Gustav as he's...
And I think Firefox's tires are finally falling off, Jared. We can see Jabraka has pulled the gap down to 14.7 again. LRB is now at 16.6. Shane is now 17 seconds behind. Navarp still outside of those 18 seconds. So he's looking at a good position at Firefox.
Oh, definitely, and this time Gustav...
That's Slimbo, look at this. Into Tabak, he backs out. That is a crazy move if you if you pull it off, but in most cases you just won't pull that off.
I was on board with him, and he's not had a very good day, but he's trying something. He's trying to gain some points. His Terrace is not that far from points. He's only 10.2 off Freaky Fast, so if he wants to try and get it, now's the time.
Indeed, indeed. Or something I'm wondering though, Jared. Firefox, his pace has clearly started to drop off at this point. Jabraka's tires is only 2 laps younger. Like, could be interesting to see, because he is definitely going to end up under pressure from LRB and Shane at some point.
Yeah, and maybe that's why Firefox hasn't pit yet. Maybe he's going to... Oh no, he's got a 5-second penalty. Oh no, that is not good for Firefox. He's got 5 seconds speeding in the pits. Oh, that's going to hurt him.
Let's see then, he's in his pit box. He's about to go out from the pit. Martin obviously passed already. Jabraka, LRB, Shane, Navorp is going to be just ahead. Navorp is just ahead, but fresh soft tires on Firefox's car though. This could be interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting, but I don't think he's going to be able to get through the field quick enough and get past and build that 5-second gap if he wants to try and either win the race or get a podium, because the only guys who are ahead of him who got penalties is Nawarp and is just Nawarp. As Yellow's in sector 2, is that a McLaren? That is a McLaren. That's Tito. He's also at the same place as Gustav. So
let's see here. Look at this. The traction advantage from Firefox there. He's not going to dare to go for it into the Noble Chicane. I think he could have, to be honest, but he decides not to do it though on the warp. But he's in this train, so obviously if somebody makes a mistake, he'll be there to pick it up as well. But he's gonna have to try and get some moves done. Oh, and somebody's lost some front wing, and I think that might have been Jabraka. It looked blue.
Let's have a look. No, that isn't. I think it might have been from Tito, because he did collect some damage earlier on near that area, so it could have been him. He is out, so...
It could be, it could be. It was definitely somebody's front wing that was in the area at the swimming pool though. But let's see, Firefox right on the back of the warp, getting a good exit out of Casino. He's gonna... Oh, he wanted to... Oh, as Navarre is gonna into the back of Shane there. Outbreaks himself a little as he's getting pressured by Firefox. Now, let's see then into the tunnel. Are we gonna see Firefox try and go for it this time? He tries to set up a move.
Nah, he just hasn't got the, he's not using any of the ERS. So he hasn't got the drive for it. Oh God, do not run into the back of him.
I think he should go for it soon, Jared, because if not, I think he'll miss his chance.
Oh, the warp makes an error.
Oh, and the warp has lost his whole front
wing.
Oh,
hang on. Who's that? That's Simbalix. Simbalix has got no front wing, and he's holding these guys up. And look at Shane trying to make a move possibly on LB. And the warp's in the pits.
Simbalix and the warp into the pit, and the warp also lost his front wing. Meaning now Firefox is net P4? Yeah?
Yeah, net P4.
He's got to try to pass these guys then, because obviously none of them have penalties.
Hang on a minute. I've just noticed something. Jabraka's only 2.8 off Martin. Martin still hasn't pit. Right?
He still hasn't pitted.
Do you think he's going to back off and cost him self position and try and help Shane?
You know, that is a good point right now. Obviously, I thought he was mainly hanging on for a safety car at this point, but he could also actually be trying to help Shane here and Shane here, because obviously we've seen how difficult it is to pass, and we can see even Firefox on those fresh softs, he's not managing to make any moves yet. So maybe.
Oh,
and that is another 3 second for Firefox.
Could be damage to the right side though.
Damage as well.
So we're going to go on board with Shane then. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Martin might play the team game and stay for the next couple of laps, but he needs Jabraka to actually catch him.
It could be that he's gonna back him up, try and force these guys to be as close as possible, and then hope that Shane can pull off 1 or 2 moves. It's either that or he's hoping for a safety car, because his position, actually, if he pits now, he'll still be P8, and he still has quite a lot of time to go on before he loses that P8 as well.
Well, yeah, even when Simbalix was behind him like a couple laps ago before, then he got damaged. So yeah, he's got that 5 second extra buffer as well with the pit stop. So Shane yet again really close. Is that Gustav trying to make his way through? As yellows a sector 2, Sondre, into the hairpin corner. That's freaky fast. He's got no front wing at all, and he's into the hairpin. Terra Racer is going to get 10th, and he's inside him right now.
Gustav is unlapping himself right now. So he's still going.
He's trying to just be unlapped so he's not lapped down.
And Martin has pitted now onto a set of softs. To be fair, Martin should be able to take that fastest lap now, unless Simbalix takes it, or Alex.
Well, it's currently held by Slimbo, which is on 11 flats, and they're on the mediums. So, and Firefox hasn't been able to match that time. He's doing 12.4s. So,
well, you got to remember, Firefox hasn't had any clear air, Jared. He's been behind somebody else.
Oh, that's a Ferrari. Is that in a warp? No, I think it's Alex. Alex again, another driver lost it in the same area. Is there an issue? A tunnel.
Jabraka, though. Jabraka not holding the best pace now. His tires must be at that point where they were for Firefox. You can see that both LRB, Shane and Firefox are all right on his tail. I think you might have been right about Firefox having a little damage. He doesn't seem to be able to stick as close as you would expect.
I think I might have been right though. Oh my God, Jabraka makes LRB an error.
Shane, he's looking for a move into La Rascals.
I'm not jinxing Jabraka right now, touching wood. I think, even with the pace dropping as it is, those tyres making it to the end. Because he's took them now 30. This is the longest the mediums have actually lasted for the drivers here.
Well, yeah, I'm not doubting that he'll make the tires last, but look at his pace. It's getting so low, and you can see LRB and Shane both getting so close, and I think one small mistake from Jabraka and both these two are on it.
Yeah. Thing is though, where are they gonna get him now? Because it's, and as you said, the best place where we saw Gustav and Simbalix crash. That's probably going to be the best place, but He's not out traction.
It's the best place, but with how slow his pace is starting to get, and how closely LRB are anywhere. If Chabraka makes a mistake, and the LRB might be able to slip past.
But also, they're not. To be fair, that even with the tyre difference, there's only 4 laps difference, 5 at most.
Yeah, but it seems to matter a lot in those 4 laps.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. As Firefox, he's keeping with these 3. He just needs to pull a gap to Slimbo, because Slimbo's now back in the 5th, and he's catching back up.
Well, Slimbo does have a little bit of penalties though, so I'm not sure exactly how it is between them, but he's definitely on for P5 at least.
Yeah, I know Firefox has 8 because he has a 5 second and a 3, so he's basically right now out of the contention for a podium unless they can actually get past Jabraka. Jabraka holds up everybody else and they actually build that gap. But it just doesn't like LRB's going for it yet. I think he's just buying his time.
He's waiting for that mistake. Ooh, Shane with a little bit of a back end slip there. As Alex is in the pit again and pretty fast.
Look who's on the tail of these guys.
I know he's on the tail of Slimbo.
Slimbo almost tried to make a move in the swimming pool area. He was that close.
But
I think he could, to be honest. Compared to Firefox's softs, he looks quicker.
He certainly looks quicker, but
oh, he's at the rear end of him.
He's pushing Firefox around that corner. It's just a matter of how difficult it is to overtake here. You can see it with how much Jabraka has fallen off, how closely these guys are following Jabraka, but still not making any moves. Slimbo right now following very closely on Firefox as well, but even through this tunnel you can see he's falling too far behind in the traction zone there, and not going to be able to make a move this time.
On lap 35, we'll be starting 36 very shortly.
It's like I've said before, Chad, it's just the worst track on the calendar personally. It's
well, I don't really think it's the track, it's the cars really, isn't it? Like,
well, yeah, but you got to take into account the cars we have, and with that into account, the track is the worst.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a track for qualifying at this point. It's not a track for racing.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that one. To be honest,
look at this, Slimbo.
It's outdated.
He's right on the back here, but he can't manage to find any moves here. Same with LRB, same with Shane. They're all trying to look for an opportunity, but no opportunity is shown themselves yet.
I'd go for the suicide dive bomb, in my opinion.
I know you would.
Just lick the stamp and send it into the hairpin, and just pray that you don't get any sideboard damage, and make it through.
I mean, except for the hairpin part, you are correct though. Like, to make a move here, you gotta lick the stamp and really send it. Like, there is no other chance here. You have to, because you have to get ahead before the corner. Almost no matter where you go for it. But and LRB has lost his front wing, I think, at least a little of it.
Well, not just that, there was also a bit of contact between Firefox and Slimbo.
Yeah, into the pit.
I'm not saying anything right now, because it's either going to be Jabraka or Shane, because the guys behind him, they can't win it. There's not enough time.
Well, you do have a point. There's between Jabraka and Shane, and I mean, Shane is one of the few people we've seen do any overtakes earlier in the race, to be fair, so...
I swear to God though, if Jabraka does win this, he's done another masterclass strategy to win the race. Because he did it at Portugal. I don't think he got a good result in Britain. And then it's Monaco. It's a very hard track to make a undercut really work, as you said.
You can get caught in traffic, yeah, but just seemed to be quite lucky with the amount of traffic he got. He didn't get too much, didn't lose too much on it. Slimbo right now, I think he might he have tapped the wall again? He seems like
he hit the
to get close again.
He hit the rear when LRB got damaged. He hit the rear of the Alpha, so I think he got damaged on the right end plate again.
Fair. Actually, you know somebody we haven't mentioned there, Jared. Simple H might actually be in contention for podium here.
Well, yeah, I sure about him.
Firefox and Slimbo both have penalties.
Oh, more yellows up. Was that the Aston?
Simple has just picked up a penalty, so he might have lost his chance at that podium now.
I wonder if that was because the contact between him and Martin, because Martin's literally right in his tail.
Look at Shane though. Extremely close everywhere on the track on Jabraka, but he's not finding any places to do it.
He's running out of time. One thing, but not laugh at this race. He's gonna have to go for it soon, even if it is in the hairpin or just somewhere where you won't really go for it. You've got to send it.
I mean, at this point, he really only has La
1.5 laps.
Turn 1, Mirabeau, and Novo Chicane and La Rascas again. That's really the opportunities he has.
God, the Alpine is going to do 36 laps on the median
look at this though, Shane. Is he trying to set himself up? He's not getting
Nah, he ain't got him. He's not close enough at all this time.
If he gets close enough after turn 1, we could see him trying up Beau Rivage. But
there's a Haas going slowly. I think that's Simblix. He's either collided with the wall on the right hand side.
See Shane though, he's really putting into it now. He's trying to get to stay as close as possible everywhere.
Oh, rear end. Oh, look at Slimbo! Slimbo sends it on Firefox's contact, and he just sends it, and that's it. For him, he's definitely got damage to that side of the car. Firefox won't be happy with that. But I'll tell you who will be happy with that would be Simple if he didn't have that 3 seconds.
Interesting, let's see. Shane, not going to be close enough out of the tunnel leader. He uses his ERS, but 4/10, that... by the looks of it, that was pro... Ooh, Jabraka, very deep there.
Nah, I'll tell you one thing, well, last season when Jabraka was DB's teammate, he learnt a lot. Just defend every corner.
Ooh, and Shane breaks too late and picks up a penalty because of it.
Oh my god, look at Slimbo around the outside of Firefox from Raskas. He made that work, what a move. And here comes Jabraka then, Sondra, to the line, as we weren't surprised to see. He's actually won the race. What a move from Slimbo. Shane then is second. Simple doesn't like to get third in the ball in the end. He still gets third.
Oh, you are right. And by a tenth.
Exactly.
By a tenth to Martin, actually.
Slimbo in fifth
and
then.
Firefox, because of their pens, falls all the way down to 5th and 6th in the end.
Now up 7th then. LB then on recovery in 8th. Still gets points. He's not going to be disappointed. Terrace, though, got a good result in Britain, I think 3rd. He's going to get more points. Obviously, it's not a lot of points. It's 2. But it's points.
It's points. I think when you're heading to Monaco, you're heading there.
Just happy that you've survived. Oh my god. He's gone into the wall. As Gustav, out of nowhere, has got 10th. With that, how many times he's collided out of tunnel. Freaky Fast has just given up. He's binned it on the left side. Simblix then, he's going to take 11th. Why is Freaky Fast just DNF'd?
I don't know. Maybe he tried to do it over the line, but...
No, it's too far from the line. That is.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer to that one, to be honest. But
I can't agree with that driver today. I can't agree with that. I think it's Jabraka. He pulled that off. I've got to give it him.
I mean, to me, really, I just can't manage to give it to one person. To thinking about it, I mean, like. You have Jabraka, Shane, Simple H. I believe they all gained 6 positions. Same with Firefox. They all drove their strategies as well as they could have. Martin actually went up 7 positions in the end, but it's difficult to say.
It's true
all
then.
Deserved it.
I've got to get, well, yeah, I have to agree with you as well, they've all deserved it to be honest, but Jabraka then takes the win. He's learnt a lot from DV last season and could help him try and win a championship this year. Shane in second then, Simple third, Martin fourth, Slimbo in fifth, with Firefox in sixth, starting from 12, so a very good race of him. Now up seventh then, LB disappointed with his result, but he got points, so he should be happy with that. Terrace ninth, Gustav somehow managed to get out to a one valuable point. Simblix 11th, Freaky Fast 12th, Alex in 13th, and then our DNFs are Tito, Lautus, Mika, Luca, and Jones, all DNFs from today's race. Usually Monaco's boring.
Well, I mean, any other track, I bet we'd have more action, Jared. But as you were saying, though, I think I would actually have to give drive to drive day to Jabraka as well, because at the same time as moving all those positions up, he also managed to keep a clean sheet and not get one penalty this race. And that is only him and LRB who's managed.
Yeah, then, wow, that's... Especially around here, it's quite easy to get penalties because you're trying to keep within the limits and you're pushing very close to the walls and stuff and trying to gain as much time as possible. But yeah, very good there for Jabraka then. His second win this season. So he won Portugal, he won Monaco. What's next? Is he going to win the championship at the end of the season? Or you guys are going to have to tune in for the remaining weeks. Well then, Ball, have you got anything to add before I close off the stream?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Have you heard anything about Slimbo and Shane mending their relationship?
Yeah, I think they mended it. They didn't crash into each other at least, so there's something right there.
Didn't really get a chance, did they?
No, not really. They were a bit apart, but maybe at the end where someone made that very great overtake on the outside of Raskas on, oh, what's his name? The other Alfa Romeo driver, I forgot his name. Firefox. But yeah, other than that, it's, you know, even though it's boring Monaco, it's had some action. But I have been your commentator, Ionian, or as Jared Fosbury. I've been joined by my favourite co-com, Old Man himself, Sandra Sohaug, and we'll be here next week as well, which I believe, actually, before I close it off, I think it's... Is it Japan?
Don't ask me.
I think it is Japan. No, it's France, actually, next round. My bad. Oh. France is the next round, so that's going to be a good race. But until then, we are going to go and tune us same time next week, and have a good one. Goodbye for now.